Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan, Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 4.
Magandang hapon. This is koolNews. I'm Mark Morales and here are the headlines. Party list supporters march to Manila Hotel as nominees file candidacies. It's another day of activities outside the Manila Hotel as supporters of party list rallied behind their bets as they filled their certificates of election and acceptance for the 2025 national and local elections. On a Saturday, aspirants continued to arrive, with some of them even having supporters in tow. Mamamayang Liberal, the multi-sectoral arm of the Liberal Party, pushing for social justice for marginalized sectors, was among the groups who gathered near Quirino Grandstand in support of their nominees. Former Laylay de Lima is making a comeback to the political arena as Mamamayang Liberal's first nominee. De Lima hopes to return to public service after being detained under the Duterte administration on drug cases that said were politically motivated and that have since dismissed in court. Maganda ito sa puso ko na maging mas malapit sa iba-ibang sector, being their voice a strong voice for their welfare and interest. Magkakaroon po tayo ng platform para makipag-diskurso sa iba ng bayan, Ilmaset. Pagkakataon ko naman ito na ipasok ang aking advokasya, lalo na sa karapatang pantao, lalo na sa demokrasya, she added. Kabataang party list, which has one seat in the 19th Congress, is also gunning for another seat at the House of Representatives. Supporters marched in their Beanie-inspired outfit, while some participated in a fashion show wearing garbage bags tagged with youth issues the group is fighting against. Kabataan Party List is fielding lawyer Rene Co as their first nominee. Ako po ay naging abogado dahil po nakita ko ang bulok na politika hindi lamang sa loob ng pamantasan pero sa buong pambansa. Gusto po natin tumulong sa mamamayan na araw-araw nakararanas ng dahas dahil kulang ang sahod, dahil mataas ang presyo, dahil walang trabaho, kaya naman po puwersa silang lumawas ng Pilipinas, Kuset. Another party list seeking re-election is TGP Party List, represented by Deputy Majority Leader Bong Tebes Jr. Tebes said the group will continue to push for cheaper healthcare through the removal of value-added tax in medicines. Also gunning for a seat through the party list system is Kaunlad Pinoy, advocating for every Filipino family to have a business. Kaunlad Pinoy's first nominee, Paulo Teodoros, said they aim to focus on representing the informal sector in the labor force. Supporters danced along to the beat of drums as the atmosphere turned festive during the filing of their nominees. Some nominees also rode a kalesa after their filing. Leni Robredo says no plans to run for president in 2028. Former Vice President Leni Robredo made it clear that she does not intend to run for president in 2028 after she officially filed her candidacy for mayor of Naga City for Halalan 2025. Together with her Team Naga slate, Robredo filed their certificates of candidacy on Saturday, October 5. She's running under the Liberal Party. Robredo said she decided to run for a local position last June, despite clamors for her to run for a Senate seat. I already have experience in legislative work and also in executive work. I'm better in executive positions. And second, I'm really passionate about community work. This is the core of being a mayor. The Senate requires a different skill set. I'm sure because I have been a congresswoman, I know I'm more passionate about executive work in local government. Longtime ally Gabriel Bordado will be her running mate, and her slate of counselors have been selected through a rigid screening process that look at character and integrity. Robert, Robredo said she has many aspirations for Naga, including economic progress is inclusive and sustainable. She said she has no plans to run for president in 2028. Tingin ko magiging unfair para sa city if gagamitin ko lang pagiging mayor bilang jump-off point. Hindi ako magiging effective mayor kung ang iniisip ko lang ay yung 2028. While two political personalities have also filed their candidacy for the gubernatorial race in Camarines Sur. Congressman El Rey Villafuerte of the Power Villafuerte clan, who is graduating on his third term as representative of the 2nd District of Camarines Sur, is eyeing a comeback as governor, a post he also held from 2004 to 2013. Meanwhile, Bong Rodriguez, who previously served as the regional campaign manager of Robredo in Bicol, will oppose Villafuerte by also vying for the seat. In Albay, there is an expected three-way race for the governor post. Graduating from the House of Representatives, Representative Joey Salceda will also eye a comeback as governor. Salceda served as Albay governor from 2007 to 2006. Running against him is Edsel Grex Lagman, a son of Representative Edsel Lagman. He was elected as vice governor of Albay in 2022, but it was eventually proclaimed as governor after the disqualification of former Governor Noel Rosal. The third candidate is Legazpi Mayor Noel Rosal, who was disqualified in 2022 for violating election spending rules during his time as mayor in Legazpi City. In Sorsogon, incumbent lay governor Edwin Hamor will be seeking re-election for a second term. Meanwhile, Matnog Mayor Catlea So will challenge him for the national race. In other news, Marcy Chodoro files COC for Marikina 1st District Representative. Third, Marikina Mayor Marcelino Marcy Chodoro, they filed his certificate of candidacy for a potential return as congressman of the city's 1st district. Chodoro hopes to succeed his daughter, incumbent 1st District Representative Marjorie Ann Chodoro at the elective post. He served as the congressional seat from 2007 to 2016. According to a report by Mateo of Superadio DSWB, Chodoro will be running under the National Unity Party or NUP. Today is the 5th of aspirants to file their COCs for the May 2025 national and local elections. The Commission of Elections or COMELEC kick off Tuesday the week-long filing of COCs for the 2025 national and local elections NLE in May, with more than 18,000 positions up for grabs. Meanwhile, PVOX logs another ferratomagmatic eruption this week in Taal. State Seismology Bureau PVOX logged a minor ferromagmatic eruption this second week at the Taal volcano. The eruption happened at the Taal main crater around 11:32 and lasted for about 4 minutes. PVOX noted that 5 sporadic events happened Saturday. PVOX, however, reiterated this is unlikely to escalate into a major magmatic eruption. The ferratomagmatic event was likely driven by sudden contact of water with a small branch of shallow magma that has been in place beneath the Almain crater and that has been degassing sustained levels of SO2 for the past 3 years. The background levels of volcanic, earthquake activity, and ground deformation detected at Taal indicate that unlikely to progress into a major magmatic eruption at this time, Pivok said. Pivok also reminded the public that Alert Level 1 is currently in place over the volcano. Local government units are advised to continuously monitor and assess preparedness of their communities and undertake appropriate response measures to mitigate hazards that could be posed by long-term degassing and related ferritic activity, Pivok said. Civil aviation authorities must advise pilots to avoid flying close to the volcano as airborne ash and ballistic fragments from sudden explosions and wind remobilized ash may pose hazards to aircrafts, Pivox added, adding that they are closely monitoring the volcano's activity. Meanwhile, DA on guarded optimism amid September inflation sharp slowdown. The Department of Agriculture, or DA, on Saturday welcomed the sharp deceleration in the country's inflation rate last month, which was mainly driven by the slowdown in food prices, particularly rice. Food prices have significantly declined from the highs posted in the same period last year, with vegetables such as onion and tomatoes, sugar, fish, and rice leading the way with the help of various interventions of the Marcos administration. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Churro Laurel Jr. said in the statement. Churro Laurel said the Agriculture Department welcomes the development with guarded optimism. In September, inflation clocked at 1.9%, a sharp decline from the 3.3 rate seen in August, amid the slowdown in increments in food and transportation costs. This is the lowest print since May 2020, when inflation clocked at 1.6. In particular, food inflation, which tracks the price movements of food items in a basket commonly purchased by households, cooled down to 1.4 from 4.2 month on month. Easing of food inflation last month was mainly due to the sharp decline in rice inflation at 5.7 from 14.7 in the prior month. Rice, as in the consumer, accounts for 9% of the basket goods and services used to track inflation rate for all consumers and double at 18% for families in the bottom of 30% income bracket. During the Saturday News Forum in Quezon City, DA Assistant Secretary and spokesperson Arnel de Mesa said, "We're happy but with guarded optimism, noting that supply risk could still affect inflation." De Mesa said that during the better months leading to the holiday season, demand increases, which also influences price of goods and services. Nonetheless, the agriculture officials said that though price increments can be expected during the holidays, these will not be significant. Chu Laurel, in his statement, noted that price would start reflecting the reduction in tariff on imported rice from 50% from 35% and the lifting of India's export ban later this month. The agriculture chief likewise cautioned that the usually high demand ahead of and during the holiday season could temper the decline in food prices. Both Churro Laurel and De Mesa said that significant reductions in rice prices should be expected in January as rice inventory imported at higher prices and tariff are fully consumed. Time check, it's 4:15 and Cool News at 4 will be. Stay tuned. return to koolNews at 4. Biden says not condemning peaceful U.S. election. Vice President and Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris, former President and Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump speak during a presidential debate at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, September 10, 2024. U.S. President Joe Biden said Friday was not confident the election in November would be peaceful, citing incendiary comments by Republican contender Donald Trump, who still rejects his 2020 defeat. Biden's warning came with lawmakers and analysts voicing concern over increasingly bellicose campaign language ahead of their vote. Trump, who survived an assassination bid in July and another apparent plot in September, alleged widespread fraud after his defeat to Biden, and pro-Trump rioters riled up by his false claims ransacked the U.S. Capitol. I'm confident it will be free and fair. I don't know whether it will be peaceful, Biden told reporters as he discussed the election. The things that Trump has said and the things he said last time out when he didn't like the outcome of the election were very dangerous. Trump was impeached in 2021 for inciting the insurrection after hundreds of his supporters exhorted by the defeated Republican to fight like hell, battered police as they smashed windows at the Capitol and broke through doors. On Friday, Trump joined Georgia Republican Governor Brian Kemp after receiving a brief on the devastation wreaked by Hurricane Helene, the deadliest storm to hit the U.S. mainland since Katrina in 2025. The Democratic contender accused Trump of jeopardizing Michigan auto jobs. Later in the city of Flint, she banded Trump, one of the biggest losers of manufacturing jobs in American history. Flint is a majority black city where a 2010 scandal over lead-tainted water highlighted government mismanagement and the disproportionate damage to poor and non-white communities. She reminded ralliers that the election is just 1 month away and early voting has already begun in several states. Folks, the election is here and we need to energize, organize, and mobilize, Kamala Harris said. Earlier, her campaign announced the country's first black president, Barack Obama, would stump for her in Pennsylvania and other swing states from next week as she woos undecided voters in the U.S. heartland. And now for our entertainment news, Beanie fans. Beanie vows to strive harder after recognition from websites. Beanie is gaining international recognition across the globe. The nation's girl group made waves in the West after they were included in the list of rising. While the members were thankful, they were also disbelieved about their latest feat. We feel proud to represent the Philippines. Proud moment po for all Filipinos. Grami yan eh. Beanie Joanna said in an interview held in Quezon City Friday. We're thankful and grateful. Grabe suportan ng Pilipinas, papakita namin sa buong mundo talents namin, Maloy added. Meanwhile, Beanie made noise in the East after the Cherry on Top Beanie Mo remix was featured on Rolling Stone Korea. According to Maloy, the back-to-back milestone inspires them to continue as Pinoy talent on the global stage. Sobrang sarap sa puso. Mas nag-aim to strive harder, work harder. Yung aim namin, global domination. She explained. More entertainment news coming up. Here, okay. Rodrigo arrived Manila for one-night concert. Tonight. Yes, tonight. Filipino-American singer-songwriter Rodrigo has arrived in Manila for a one-night tonight, October 5. Rodrigo arrived in the country via Singapore Airlines flight from Singapore past 5 p.m. last Thursday at Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3. Upon her arrival, dozens of an entourage surrounded the international artist as her fans and airline's personnel started to swarm around her. The Manila Silver Star Show God's World Tour will be on Philippine Arena tonight. In her Instagram stories post, Rodriguez expressed her excitement being in the country as uploaded a photo of Halo Halo, a popular Filipino cold dish. He was born in California to a Filipino father and a German-Irish mother. A Grammy Award winner, she rose to fame for her singles Driver's License, Traitor, and Deja Vu. She released Guts, her second album, last year. And that is it for koolNews. For more, if any suggestions, just email us at tvh.philippines@gmail.com. We will be back at 6 p.m. for koolNews at 6 and koolNews Prime Time at 9 p.m. Until then, I'm Mark Corrales. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great afternoon ahead. Up next is K Music.